Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 724, and today's topic is the general properties of terpenoids, and today I am going to discuss the new chapter that is called terpene. So there are three words very common, and students should understand these three terms: either terpene, terpenoid, isoprenoid, and all these group of compounds, they are organic compounds. They are volatile. Volatile means they can be changed to vapor form at room temperature, at atmospheric condition. They are also known as essential oil. The word essential came from essence of the plant or concentrated constituent of the plant. That's why they are also called essential oil. And they are the mixture of different type of structural unit, and that structural unit is the multiple of that is called isoprene unit. So your terpenes, they are the multiple of isoprene units, and secondly, they are not aromatic in character. They are non-benzoidal. In the ring of terpene, there is not 6 pi electrons delocalized, and these terpenes, they are very good in smell, they have very good odor, and mostly they are used in perfumery industry as well as in some pharmaceutical industries, because they have lot of medicinal properties. And these terpenes, they are antibacterial, some are antiviral, and some are very good to our skin health. So these terpenes, they have lot of medicinal properties. They have the property of perfume. For example, jasmine oil. Jasmine is a flower, and oil is the mixture of terpene, and is a very good perfume. And these terpenes, they are plant products, and we can get from any part of the plant. It can be from flower, it can be from fruit, it can be from seed, it can be from leaf, can be from stem, bark, and even wood. For example, sandal. Sandal oil is extracted from the wood of the sandal tree. So from any part of the plant we can get. But most of these terpenes, they are concentrated mostly in flowers and in fruits. And the most common terpenes, they are monoterpene and sesquiterpene. And their names are given on the basis of the number of isoprene units. And these isoprene units are C5, that is C5 and H8. And this is your, like this type of structure, and this is your isoprene. This is your isoprene unit, or in other words, we can write like this. I mean, like this. So this is actually your isoprene unit, and this crowded area, this is called head, and this is called tail. So these isoprene units actually are very important units. The reason is that your whole terpenoidal compounds, they are the multiple of these isoprene units. And if they are arranged in head and tail fashion, it is your head and it is your head and it is your tail. So for example, if it is like this, then this is your head and this is your tail. Again, this is your head and this is your tail. So this, they can make long chain of head and tail fashion arrangement. And once strictly they are arranged in head and tail fashion, I mean C1 and C4. So this head, tail, this arrangement, once it is there strictly, it is called isoprenoid. Isoprenoids are the same terpenoidal compounds, but here the isoprene units, that is C5H8, they are arranged strictly in head and tail fashion. And when we are saying terpene, terpene means there are also these isoprene units are there, and they are strictly multiple of isoprene units, that is called terpene. And the third term what we are using, terpenoids. Third one is terpenoids, means they may or may not be arranged in head and tail fashion, and also structurally related compounds are also included. So that's why that if we say terpenoids, terpenoids means they may not have perfumery smell or very good odor, and they may not follow strictly the isoprene rule, means where all the isoprene units are arranged in head and tail fashion. So that's why these three terms should be very clear to students: terpene, terpenoid, isoprenoid. And the arrangement of these isoprene units in head and tail fashion, that is called isoprene rule. That is called isoprene rule, means arrangement of isoprene in head and tail fashion. So the arrangement of isoprene units in head and tail fashion is called isoprene rule. So first isoprene unit is, that is called C5. C5 is your hemiterpene. Then C10. C10 is your sesquiterpene. C15 is your monoterpene. So like this, there are multiple of your isoprene units. So these terms are clear, and these terpenes are produced in the metabolic process of plant, and especially the cell walls and other components of the cell. They are responsible of producing these plant products. And I have already told you that they are organic compounds. They contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. They are volatile and they are non-benzoidal. They have very good odor, smell, are known as terpenes. The other definition you may be you may give that they are plant products. They may or may not have odor, and they may not be in same head to tail arrangement of isoprene units, but they may have the structurally related compounds. They are also called terpenoids. Isoprenoids means where strictly all the isoprene units, that is C5H8, are arranged in this head and tail fashion. And then classification of terpene. In the case of classification of terpene, it is the multiplication of C5 unit, isoprene unit. The first C5 unit where there is only one isoprene unit, once it is only one isoprene unit, is called hemiterpene. If there are two isoprene units, means C10, it is called monoterpene. If there are three isoprene units, it is called sesquiterpene. If there are four isoprene units, C20, it is called diterpene. If there are six isoprene units, it is called triterpene. And if there are many, then it is called polyterpene. So here, for example, if only one unit of isoprene unit is there, that is called hemiterpene. If there are two units of isoprene unit, means this one, then it is called monoterpene. And if there are three isoprene units, it is called sesquiterpene. And if there are four, that is C20, then it is called diterpene. That is means it is having four C5. And if it is C30, means it is triterpene. Means it is having 6 C5. So in this way, these terpenes are classified on the basis of the number of multiple of C5 units. So here, general properties of terpenoids, that is, terpenoids means I have already told you, it is broad, lot of structurally related compounds, and as well as those terpenes which are not having even smell, good smell or odors. And also we may call it terpenes, means strictly they are the multiple of isoprene units in head and tail fashion. Number one, terpenes are volatile oils or odorous constituents of plants, and they are liquid, lipophile and volatile with characteristic smell. Characteristic smell means they have very good smell, and some of them they are widely used in perfumery industries. Terpene oils evaporate on being exposed to atmosphere, means at room temperature, at ordinary temperature, and so they are called ethereal oil. So ethereal oil means, again it is the mixture of terpene. Essential oil means, again it is the mixture of terpene. So ethereal oils, also terpene oils are called essential oils. And why they are called essential oils? Because they are the essences of plants, means concentrated from a plant material. That's why it is called essential oil, because they are essences or concentrated constituents of the plants. Number two, terpenes are generally colorless, fragrant, liquid, and they are lighter than water and almost insoluble in water. But they are soluble in organic solvents like alcohol and ether. Terpenoids are readily volatile in steam. Actually, terpenes we are isolating from either flower or leaf or bark, any part of the plant, with the help of steam distillation or direct solvent extraction. So the third one is by infrared technique, especially it is used in perfume industries. But most of the terpenes we are isolating with the help of steam distillation process, and with this steam, all this volatile will be evaporated and it is collected with the help of condenser. There it will cool down, and it is the upper layer of terpene, because it is lighter than water. It will form the upper layer, we will remove the water, and we will get the mixture of terpene that is called essential oil or ethyl oil. And water, and almost insoluble in water, soluble in organic solvents like alcohol and ether. Terpenoids are readily volatile in steam and are generally optically inactive. But there are some exceptions like menthol. That one is rheorotatory. Otherwise, most of the terpenes, they are optically inactive. Number 3, they are present in entire plant or in many part of plants, as in leaf, flower, bark, fruit, seed and wood. They have characteristic of certain natural orders. It means those families, they have natural order and their terpenes are present, and these natural orders are the family Labiaceae, Rutaceae, Martaceae, Lauriaceae, Pipereaceae, Gingibraceae and Umbelliferae. So these orders of the plant families, they are rich source of the terpenes, or we call it generally essential oil. And let me add here, when we are saying oil, I have already discussed this issue. One is called essential oil, other one is called vegetable oil, third one is called rock oil or petroleum oil. So there is a big difference in this. Once I am saying essential oil means they are the mixture of terpenes, and when they are the mixture of terpenes means they are non-benzoidal, they are the mixture of terpenes, and these terpenes are organic compound of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. When I am saying vegetable oil, they are glycerides of fatty acid in the form of ester. When I am saying petroleum, means they are the mixture of hydrocarbon, either aromatic or aliphatic or cyclic. So this is the difference in these 3 type of oils. Number 4, terpenoids are the products of plant metabolism, being formed directly by protoplasm or by decomposition of the cell wall. So next point, number 5, terpenoids, terpene, isoprenoids, they are all having the same meaning. The only difference is in the arrangement. So here the terpenoids or isoprenoids or terpenes are the constituents of essential oil. I have already told you that if we are saying essential oil, it must be the mixture of terpenes. And these terpenes means they are non-aromatic, non-benzoidal, skeletal. The essential oil and the monoterpene and sesquiterpene are found extremely in high frequency. The order of flower like rose and jasmine, fruits like lemon, etc. have been known since ancient times. For hundreds of years, thousands of years, jasmine, lemon, lemongrass and this rose, they are well known, and they are all nothing but the mixture of terpenes. These essential oil are obtained by steam distillation or by solvent extraction. We have been widely used, solvent extraction have been widely used in perfume industries. Number 6. This 6 is the definition of terpene or terpenoid or isoprenoid. I have already told you that they are, I have just, summarized all those in the form of definition. They are the multiple of isoprene units, they are non-benzoidal, they are volatile, they are non-aromatic, and they are made up of C5H8 units, and they are organic compound. They are the constituents of plant and essential oil are called terpenes. So that is one definition. So one definition is a very important definition. Number 6 point is the volatile organic compounds. The volatile organic compounds which have the other constituent are essential oil. So their good smell constituents are essential oils, and these essential oils are nothing but the mixture of terpenes. Essential oil which contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. All these terpenes mostly they contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and are not aromatic in character, are known as terpenes. And these terpenes are the multiple of isoprene units, and that isoprene unit is C5H8. So it is a very comprehensive definition, very clear definition, perfect definition. My advice to all undergraduate and postgraduate students to note down this definition. And other modified definition is there, where the only change is that it is not necessary that terpenoids or terpenes must have odor or characteristic smell or good smell. They may not have, even then they are terpenoids, and sometimes they may not have the same head and tail fashion arrangement. They may not follow isoprene rule, and they can be called as terpenoids. So that is clear in second definition. This is also another definition, that's why I have written or the other definition of terpenes are on the basis of arrangement of isoprene units and is terpene. So once the isoprene units are arranged on the basis of arrangement of isoprene units in head and tail fashion following the isoprene rule, that is terpene. And structurally related compounds which are not aromatic and may or may not be odorous in nature are called terpenoids. So I have told you in the very beginning, all this I have already discussed. Terpene means strictly limited, means those compounds which are having isoprene units arranged in head-tail fashion and they have odorous smell, they are volatile, they are essential oil. But when we are talking terpenoid, it has broad meaning, means some structurally related compounds may be there and they may not be having odorous characteristic, means good smell characteristic like essential oil. They are also called terpenoid. And strictly if they are following head and tail fashion arrangement, isoprene rule, then we can call them isoprenoid. So this is all names are used and not aromatic and may or may not be odorous in nature are called terpenoids, and if strictly head-tail arrangement of isoprene units are there, then is known as isoprenoid. So with this I will stop, and in the next lecture I am going to discuss the isoprene rule, chemical properties and classification of terpenes, and these lectures are for undergraduate, postgraduate, students of chemistry, organic chemistry, pharmacy students, and even in biochemistry if they are offering terpenoid or terpene chemistry course. So what I will be doing, I will be taking individually one by one, and we will try to establish the structure of each terpenes, at least 6-7 terpenes. Why? Because all the undergraduate and postgraduate students, once they are in advanced courses, they must understand the structure determination of all these terpenes. I am not going to discuss, there are hundreds of terpenes, but the most important ones I will be discussing their structure determination, and some few important terpenes I will be discussing how to get from different plant sources. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.